become bald head. I don't know, there's someone who has unmuted and hearing a lot of background noise. I don't know if it's from my side or from your side. Then the other point is hair must follow principles of health. It must be clean, free of chemicals and harmful ingredients, not tight put styles like the ones I've shown you, like the one I was showing you. The hair that we need, the hair should be clean. So you should wash your hair and you should make sure that you use the right product. You should not use chemicals on your hair, because once you start using chemicals, our hair becomes weak and it can easily break. Then hair must be natural in color, no hair dyes, those artificial hair dyes. It is unnatural and unhealthy. So when you put dyes, there are these dye where you can buy, you put maybe it's 30 minutes, then you wash it out. Those, when you look at the ingredients, they have some chemicals to your health, and it can also lead to hair breakage. Hair should not be, it should not, you see, like when you see someone, the way I gave you an example, when we went to Tanzania, we found that everyone was shaved. So you could not tell if this is a girl or a boy unless you look at their cloth. So the hairstyles that they should not be unisex, whereby we are doing the same hairstyle with our brothers, but should reflect one's sex. Men should not have long hair, neither should women have masculine hairstyles. Those are the verses that we can read. The one that we read yesterday, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, starting from 14, going downwards. So there should be a difference between the hair of the sister and the hair of the brother. So the other thing, what does the Bible mean by braided hair and plaiting the hair? This is a contentious issue. Most of the people I've met sisters who belong to Free SDA, and others it's Seventh-day Reform, whereby they are told that they should wear a headscarf. So when they are going to church, every time they have a headscarf, and they quote 1 Corinthians chapter 14, chapter 11, starting from 14 going downwards. I've met sisters who the Free SDA, they say that when you plait your own hair, because Timothy in Paul has advised that we should not plait our hair, then that is sin. So when you look at the Bible Concordance, this is Bible Concordance, braided hair. What does it mean? When you start from there, then you are going to see what the Bible meant when it says not with braided hair or plaited hair, not with pearls or apparel. So when it says apparel, all of us, we wear clothes. When we say, because it says with braided hair, we should not do anything with the hair. So you find that this is an issue whereby most of the people, they say, don't do this, do that. But when you read for yourself and you ask God, and the Holy Spirit to guide to grow. The only thing that God doesn't want us is to put the extra things that people put. It can be weaves, it can be gold, it can be all those things that shows it brings attraction to self. Let's read here. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly hair looks like, and yet it is not their hair. So when you start adding to what God has given you, then there's a problem there. Okay? Adorning the hair. From the concordance, 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 1 Peter chapter 3, adorn / adorning. So if you have a Bible concordance, you can just go through it. It means to decorate or to garnish. So to adorn, it means you decorate your hair. How do you decorate your hair? Like the example I've given you, you can plait your hair, and then you can put those rings which are gold, or you can put the beads, or you can put all those things that you want to adorn your hair. Then from the dictionary, to adorn means to what? To add on or to add to something. to enhance or to make more beautiful. Adornment include accessories, ornaments. Adornment means accessories, ornament, decoration added to something. In the concordance, the word adorn stroke adorning means decorate or garnish. To adorn something or one's person means to add something which not only include the jewel or the beads and such that people add to their hair, but also the fake hair and extension. So when you're looking at adorn, you can add, we are talking about the fake hair that people put, or extension, or the jewels that people want to wear so that it can bring out something out of them, or the one, or it's a gold chain, or it's the people they have even put on their waist. I've seen a lady today, she was wearing a trouser and then she was wearing a lot of beads on she was passing, everyone was looking at her like that. Okay, so fashion loads the heads of women with artificial braids and pads, which do not add to their beauty but give an unnatural shape to the head. Their hair is strained and forced into a natural position, and it is not possible for the heads of these fashionable women to be comfortable. Just look at this picture. Look at this woman here. Is she comfortable? Look at how the hair, this wig was tightly put on her head. She, by the time she was leaving this salon, I think she had a very terrible, the added hair to adorn your hair. So people will go an extra mile to do all these hairstyles. People we have seen here. Look at this, my old mama here. She doesn't even have enough hair, and yet she's adding some wig. And when you add this wig, what it does, even the little hair that has remained, it is going to fall off. Because when you look at the hair, when you touch your hair and you compare it with the weave is heavy and you can sleep with it. The onion has something that is called sulfur, and sulfur is one of the ingredients that makes our hair to grow. So the sulfur will open up the hair follicles and the hair will start growing again. That's why in the world there's this is it an oil, or it's more of a Vaseline. It is called sulfate 8. And they sell it in the supermarket. I've seen it. They got what the onion does, and they made it into something that people can be applying on the head. So if you've lost your hair, maybe it's your hairline or any part of your hair which is not growing, or the whole hair is not growing, you can use the onion. Onion is very good for hair growth. So you can just get the onion, you can grate it and squeeze the water. Then you can put in your head, and then you can cover it with either a shower cap for 30 minutes. Then you can go and wash it. What the onion will do, the onion water will help your hair. It will strengthen your hair. Your hair will not be breaking. And again, it is going to open the hair follicles because of the sulfur that is in onion. And then the hair will start growing. And apart from that, it will also darken your hair. So this is a quotation that was written way back in the 1800s. This book is called Healthful Living. Page 181, it says, the artificial hair and pads covering the base of the brain hit and excite the spine nerves centering in the brain. The head should ever be kept cool. The heat caused by this artificial covering induces the blood to the brain. The action of the blood upon the lower or animal organs of the brain cause unnatural activities, tends to recklessness in morals, and the mind and heart are in danger of being corrupt. So when we add anything to our hair, they can be hair pads, they can be hair extensions. When we cover them to our heads, we are going to find out. Sorry for that. I'm just parked somewhere where I'm presenting because I was coming from church. So I'm seeing there's a lot of noise. I hope you don't mind, because I was thinking when I'll be moving, the network will give me problems. So I've just parked along the road. but it is well. So when you look at when you cover your hair with hair extension, or even the kitamba, I've seen some women, they've come to me and they've lost their hair. Not that they were plaiting their hair, but every time they used to wear the headscarf. And because of the heat that is created when you've worn a headscarf, hair is living, so it needs to breathe. So once your hair stops breathing, then you're going to see slowly your hair will start getting weak and it will start breaking. So it's good that you sometimes just leave the hair free. Even if unavaa kitambaa, usivae kitambaa kila wakati, because the more you wear your kitambaa, it's like you make your hair to be weak, because the hair cannot breathe. Okay, so it says that when we do that, the action of the blood upon the lower or animal organs of the brain cause unnatural activities. And the part that is more fearful is that it tends to a recklessness in morals, and the mind and heart are in danger of being corrupt. So we can be corrupt by what we put on our heads. And that is the aim of the devil. That's why you see that the devil has really pumped in money in the beauty industry, especially the hair. There are all types of hair. There are the hair for the high class. There are the hair for the middle class. There's hair even for the lowest class. You can even find hair for 100 shillings to cater for everyone, because he wants everyone to be, their heart and mind to be corrupt. Okay? So when you look at this picture, these are the celebrities of this world. And when you look at the middle picture here, this is Rihanna. She came up with this hairstyle, and unfortunately, it landed in the church. This kind of hairstyles, and they are comfortable, and they see there's nothing wrong with it. When you look at Rihanna, everything about her is fake. Look at the hair is fake, the mouth is fake, the eyelashes are fake. She has removed the eyebrows. Everything is fake. Even the skin itself, they put makeup and foundation and everything to make that beautiful image that people want to see. But when she washes the face, Rihanna does not look like that. There's a time that Rihanna came up with this hairstyle. She just woke up one day, she shaved the hair, dyed it, and put a line. All the Adventists who have reformed, even those who had not reformed on hair, they had this hairstyle. Even now, this is the most trending hairstyle in our churches. And you can see she's one person. The other time she will look like this. She has shaved the hair, and everyone will want to look like this. So this hairstyle, especially this one where she has shaved and she has a line and she has dyed, Christians and non-Christians, all of them, they want to look like that. And these are not the people who are supposed to influence us, because they've sold their souls to the devil. And what they are doing is just to mislead as many people as possible. Okay? So such kind of hairstyles, as a Christian, we don't need this kind of hairstyles. Look at the nails of this sister. Look at the hair of this sister. And most of these people, they are ignorant. They have no opportunity to hear what we are hearing today. If they can have an opportunity of hearing the truth, they cannot do what they are doing. So look at this. First put the green weave, the other sister here. You see, this is too heavy for our natural hair. By the time she removed this, she lost most of her natural hair. Look at this sister here. Look at this fishtail. By the time she was removing, all this hairline was gone. So look at this. This is fashion loading our heads. And this is what you see almost every day when you are passing. You meet sisters with their hair styles like this. And most of these sisters, they don't know what they are doing to their heads, because it's plastic. So it's like you are wearing a plastic. That's why when it is hot, you find just sisters hitting their hair heads like this. They cannot even scratch. And when this sweats, that is a quotation that we read, that when this sweats, because this is plastic, all the all the chemicals that were put on this plastic. Now, when you sweat, and because you don't wash immediately, it will go back. You see, these are the types of ring that I was telling you, that I've seen some sisters, they plait their own natural hair, but they'll put these things, they'll put such things. They try to adorn or to garnish their hair, okay? So this is Rihanna again. Rihanna has really influenced most of women, both in the church and outside. This is a weave that you can buy, but it is called, it's something that will make you, it will come to close one of your eye, like the all-seeing eye. So you see, she came up with this, even this weave, I think it is called Rihanna. So when someone wants to get this weave which closes one eye, they just say they want this Rihanna wig, so they'll buy it. And then when they're walking, it will come to the face and cover one eye. So these are the things that as Christians, we need to do away with them. And then there was a study that was done about, they found out that many people who wear extensions, they have low self-esteem. They want to look like someone else. So they end up buying this weave or this wig or this hair extension. They'll buy it and they want to load their heads because they think that they are not good enough. They want to look like someone else. So one thing that we should remember is that God created us. We are wonderfully and fearfully created. Just like we said yesterday in Matthews, that even the hair that we have on our heads, God has numbered each one of it. And he knows the struggles that we go through day in, day out, especially as ladies who wants to keep natural hair. And he understands. That's why we need to pray for our hair, and God is going to give us grace that we are going to grow beautiful hair, long hair that is going to glorify God. So what robs God his beauty in us? When we put these things do not glorify God. In fact, they bring out self. So you find that people, they've dyed their hair, they are putting all these weaves, the extension, they'll put them in because they want self to be seen. So when you're looking at this does not glorify God, because when people look at this hair, they won't say, hey, God gave you good hair. You are looking beautiful. No. What people say, they say, where did you buy this weave? Hey, this weave is beautiful. When people are praising us and we feel good, this robs the glory of God in us. Look at these hairstyles. This is natural hair, but look at this hairstyle. This hairstyle does not glorify God. When we come as Christians and we go to the barber shop, we do our hair like this. This does not glorify God. So is this type of hair. It does not glorify God, because this one will always cover one eye, and even the hairstyle itself. When you look at the people who are having this hairstyle, when you look at the face and the hair, you see that this is someone, she might not even be a Christian. It says the hair is trained and forced into a natural position, fashionable ladies to be comfortable. This quotation we've read. So you can see here that the head is in an unnatural position because of this training of the hair. You can see that even the forehead, someone will be having headache. They'll even go and buy Panadol to drink because they're coming from the salon. And this is, God did not intend that our hair, we should put us through such kind of pain. So as ladies, this is another type of hair that we should try to avoid. This is where they put glue. And this lady, she had gone to the salon, they had put glue, and then they had put this hair extension. By the time she was removing, this is what was happening to her. Just look at that wound. Look at how infected that place is, because this hair stays for a month. Others, they keep it for 2 months without washing, and then she had this wound. So she had to remove. By the time she was removing, this was the situation. And look at the nails also. So you can see if the nails are like that and the hair is like that, you can just guess what she's wearing. So these are the people who have lost hairline because of wearing weaves or because of using extension. It says that in in consequence of the brain being congested, its nerves lose their health action and take on morbid condition, making it almost impossible to arouse the moral sensibilities. Such lose their power to discern sacred things. The unnatural heat caused by these artificial deformities about the heads induces the blood to the brain, producing congestion and causing the natural hair to fall off, producing baldness. Thus, the natural is sacrificed to the artificial. Many have lost their reason and become hopelessly insane by following this deforming fashion. Yet, the slaves to fashion will continue to dress their heads and suffer horrible disease and premature death. So when you look at these are hair extensions that people put, or some of us wear, they are not healthy in the first instance. They will make our natural hair to fall off. We are going to sacrifice our natural hair. And when you look at these two sisters here, because they've lost their natural hair, they won't be moving around without the hairline. So they'll continue going to buy the weaves and continuing to wear. Even if they won't plait, they'll continue to buy those weaves which are already made, and they'll cover them on their heads. And by doing so, even the hair that has remained now, it will become weak and weak and weak, and it will continue falling. So these are some of the things that we need to avoid, like we are seeing there. All these sisters, they've lost their hair. And these are some of the things that Ellen White wrote about. Please, sisters and brothers, find time to read the book Healthful Living. It has talked much about hair. And one of the quotation that I read, and I did not put it here, it is talking about, it says that there are some ladies today who are unable to give birth, who cannot conceive because of the way the chemicals or the weaves that they used to wear on their heads, because of the congestion and all the chemicals. When you sweat and that sweat is not removed and it goes back, it says that all those chemicals, they go to the spine. She was explaining about how some laid hair extension or the artificial hair on their heads. And apart from that, do you know that some people have become possessed because of the weaves? There are people who are demon possessed today because of the weaves that they go to buy. I remember in 2015 at a camp meeting, there's a sister who was supposed to come and give a testimony. This sister, she works for ABSA, and that time it was called Barclays. So she used to love wearing weaves, and not just this wig. She used to buy 100% human hair. So every month she would have a different hairstyle. She'll buy 100% human hair and she'll put on her head. And she was saying that she used to spend 100,000 every month. She would put aside 100,000 for her head. So 90,000 she'll buy the hair extension, then 10,000 she'll take to the saloonist to plait her. So in 2015, what happened? She bought this hair extension. It came, this human hair. It came and she went to the salon and she was plaited. But a week later, she started having headache. So she thought that maybe she was pulled, like that picture that we saw. So she took paracetamol and she took this medication, but the head could not go. Maybe she would have relief for an hour or two, then the headache would come back. Now it became severe. It started affecting her work. So she went to the hospital. When they looked at her, they took all the tests, they looked at the eyes, and they were thinking maybe it's a tumor, but they could not find it. So they recommended that she should go to India for further medical checkup. Maybe there, because they are advanced in medicine, they do a scan. If it is a brain tumor that is developing, they'll be able to detect. So this lady, because she was a manager, she's a manager, even now she works there, she had money. So she got on a flight and went to India. When she was passing through the scan, as they were scanning her, they could not see any tumor, but they noticed that her hair had something, but they could not tell what it is. So they told her, when you go back to Kenya, go and remove your hair. But remember, she used to keep that hair for a month, and she had only remained with a week to remove them. So she said she was given the medicine, and then she went home. She came back. When she came back, she started experiencing a very terrible headache. Then she says, let me follow the doctor's advice. So she went to the salonist who used to do her hair, and as she was removing her hair, this lady started screaming and left her. She told this lady, call your doctor. And then said, why should I call my doctor and I'm in the salon? And just said, please call your doctor. Then she called the doctor. The doctor came. Do you know what they found? The human hair that she bought, it had spider eggs. So when she had plaited the hair, that human hair, the spider eggs hatched on her. And when she was feeling headache, she was being the spider was trying to it was eating her up. So they found a very big wound here in the middle that they had to shave all her hair, and they put disinfectant and everything. That lady, she's still alive today, and the hair here where that wound was, up to today she doesn't have hair. She was saying that if she had somebody who had warned her, maybe she could have thought twice, but she did not know that she can end up like that. And when you see her today, she just wear a cap, or she would wear a headscarf going to work, because she can never put on these weaves. So these also, they affect our health. And when you look at these are on this picture, they are called switches. I think we've seen them, most of us. These are the weaves that they've made in form of, you can put a puff, and because maybe your hair is not long enough, then you put it on top. Ellen White has commented about these switches, that we should leave them alone. It says, a physician writing a series of letters to a schoolgirl devoted one to the nice keeping of the hair. Among other direction, he remarked that much is said against wearing switches and jutes, and these are the things that they are talking about, because they breed. What do they breed? When you look at these switches, when you pull your hair like and on the small blood vessels of the scalp, but all such objections to these switches becomes as nothing compared with the objection which arises from the congested condition of the blood vessels of the back brain by reason of their use. A switch is a substance which in itself is a great conductor of animal heat, as the back of the head has a great deal of blood, and a great deal of blood has a great deal of heat in it. So they are talking about these switches, as you are seeing an example here. As you are seeing an example here, whereby someone the hair, and then they'll put these switches here. So this one, just like a weave, it will add heat, and it is these hair switches. These, you see, I guess you've seen them in one way. Okay, so now as we are this, most of the people, they say dreadlocks, this is my natural hair, it is good, it has nothing to do with anything, this is just my hair. But do you know that when you put your hair in dreadlocks, the hair that is put in dread, it dies. The only hair that is remaining, which is living, is the hair that is attached to your scalp. That's why when the dreadlocks, they reach a certain, these two, they brought dreadlocks to the limelight. And most of the people, they will tell us that Jeremiah had dreadlocks. They'll tell you Samson had dreadlocks. When you read the Bible, Jeremiah, even Samson, Samson had 7 rocks. 7 rocks ni tatu tatu. Even when you look at the picture when they are drawing for the children, you find that ni tatu tatu kama matuta vile tunaeka tatu tatu. Those are the 7 rocks that he had. It was not dreadlocks like the ones that we see today, where they get the wax and they make the hair to tangle together. It was not like that. It is these rocks. They were 7 7. So these are dread rocks. Okay. So when you look, this is the picture that was taken in museum. It says Israeli musician depicting wearing their hair in dreadlocks. The associated dreadlocks with pride, music, and reggae artist. So this is the picture that they found in a museum, which were depicting these Israelis wearing their hair in dreadlocks. And what does this was? It was a symbol of pride, a symbol of music. They were musicians, or it was a symbol of power, just like these rock stars that we see. They have dreadlocks. Do you know that? Having dreadlocks, it's a religion. This, if she can give a testimony. I'll record her and I'll put it on YouTube if she's going to allow. But I was at the airport with this sister of mine, and then she told me, we saw some people with dreadlocks and we were just talking. And she told me that when she was in the US, because she had just come back to Kenya, she had long, beautiful hair. But when she went to the US, she decided that because she was busy, she went for studies, she decided to plait sister rocks. And when she went to the salon, this salon told her, why do you want so busy? And she, this Tumsda says, me, I cannot join your religion. Me, I've just come here to do my hair. This is my hair. Nothing can happen to me. Then this man told her, do you know that the moment I'll start plaiting you, you are going to join our religion? So she was upset. She says, me, I'm an Adventist. Those things cannot affect me. Just like I've met many people saying, those things, they affect you when you believe in them. But the devil is not like that. Whether you believe that the devil exists or it does not exist, as long as you're dabbing in his things, you're going to be possessed. So she was given a book. But because she was upset, she did the sister rocks. And then she started asking herself, this is my hair. Why is it that I'm feeling like I've put a very heavy thing on my head? She paid the money and she came out of the salon. As she was walking, she met 3 people dressed in white, and they said, welcome, sister. Then she asked them, welcome to where? They did not answer her. She walked few meters, she met the second group dressed in white, telling her, welcome, sister. Now she started becoming concerned. She said, is it true that, oh, because of this? Those are the questions that she was asking here. What is your motive behind this hairstyle? When I put on this hairstyle, what will be my association? What will be believers and unbelievers think of me? One socks is orange, the other socks is green, and they are having long hair, and those pompy trousers. So you even look at this brother, you ask yourself, did he know that he was coming to church, or he thought he was going somewhere?